I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Terry. Sorry, apologize for my shitty singing. Anytime I think of this movie, I always think of that song. I have to believe someone has done that on YouTube, taken the movie and just put that song on it. Of course, this is a Patreon review for Dalton. Loved you in Roadhouse. No, I'm just kidding. I loved him in Roadhouse, but Dalton, thank you so much for joining my Patreon. Thank you to everyone who has done that. If you're ever interested in joining my Patreon, you can request videos, reviews, re-reviews based on the certain tiers on there. Or if you want to just do it directly via my PayPal, please feel free to do so. The links are down below in the info box to both PayPal and Patreon. But he wanted me to talk about the 1976 film Carrie. If you heard that, I'm thinking of the remake, because I forgot I reviewed the remake, which I really wasn't a fan of, because I just thought, well, they've remade this multiple times already. There was a remake, I think, for TV in the 2000s, and then there was the Rage Terry 2. Now you have... I really asked for a remake to Terry, but hey, what do I know? But the original is a good movie. It's very much helped by Brian De Palma's direction. I do think Brian De Palma is a very solid director, whether it be The Untouchables, which is great. Love Scarface. That's my favorite Al Pacino film, my favorite Brian De Palma film. I love Tony Montana. What you doing? I'm Tony Montana. Yeah. I love Scarface. I don't mind Snake Eyes. I don't hate it like other people do. It was ruined by the trailers. The whole movie was given away in the trailer. It's one of the worst trailers for a film. It's a mystery film. They gave every fucking thing away. But I do like Snake Eyes. Blowout, I didn't mind. It's a very well crafted picture. John Travolta does a solid job, as does Nancy Allen and John Lithgow. And I don't love every Brian De Palma film, but he's done a lot of good stuff. And his direction, his use of split screen, especially in the finale, definitely upped this up quite a few notches, as well as the actors. I mean, Sissy Spacek is perfect as Terry because she's just so bug-eyed and scared and frightened and on edge. But to me, she was very sympathetic. I felt sorry for her. And even though she is killing innocent people, I can't really hate her because I felt so bad for her. And like, this person's a deranged state and she has a horrible life at home with her mom, played by, was it Piper Laurie? I thought the mom did a good job where she's religious, she's crazy. I disliked her, but how do I put it? She's mean and she's not likable. She's not supposed to. But I don't know how to put it. She wasn't overbearing, if that makes sense. But in her weird way, in her view, she seemed like she cared about Terry, based on her inflection, tone of voice, and her look in her eyes at times. It wasn't one-dimensional, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. In her deluded manner, it did seem like she cared for her daughter, even though she did it the worst fucking possible way. I mean, from the beginning you felt sorry about Carrie with her. She has a period and they just go, blood it up, blood it up, blood it up in the shower. Or people calling her Treepy Terry, Treepy Terry. The other actresses and actors, you got the classmates like Nancy Allen, who's the big bully. You also have Edie McClurg. She's the girl in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles at the airport. You have your ticket? I threw it away. Oh boy, what? You're fucked. She was also the principal's assistant in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. She was in Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. She's in this. I believe PJ Souls is one of the classmates. Not a big part, but okay, this is before she did Halloween. Amy Irving, try and do her best to help. John Travolta as Nancy Allen's boyfriend. And funny enough, like these two were worked with Brian De Palma again in Blowout. So obviously Brian De Palma was impressed with these two. William Katt, the greatest American hero. I remember more from the underrated, well, it gets its praise, but it's still a good film, House, from the 80s. Directed by Steve Miner, which I reviewed that on the channel if you're interested. House is a good one. William Katt and his crazy hair. And what makes the film work is one, it was nice to see all these recognizable people and so early in their careers. Two, I did it before I get to that. Seeing an early John Travolta and Nancy Allen before RoboCop, and like I said, there's PJ Souls, there's William Katt, and then the way it's directed, like certain way it's framed, like one person's face would be up here, but then over here would be someone in the back, and they're both framed, so they're both in focus. When she goes crazy at the end, because they made her go crazy because they spilled the pig's blood during the prom and the usage of slow-mo, and the pail hits William Katt's head. I'm assuming that's how William Katt died, because we never see him get burned or anything, and by the end they said pretty much everybody got killed except one. So I guess I believe that the pail killed him, which I find strange because when he gets hit in the head, everyone is laughing. No one's like, I'm like, if he died from that and these people are still laughing, you just say, well, they didn't know. Well, still, you put a pail up that high. Kurt cracked his head open. I mean, let's see. Oh, I was talking about I'm guessing that's how he died. But the direction where you have the red lighting, the buddy eyes, and she does this and this, and how the screen will like go from here to here, or like was it maybe her face? It goes like over here. It's like the way the director played with that format. It really made the scene that much more interesting and visually dynamic. And you have fire hoses and electrocutions and fires and just going without any stupid CGI or anything of the sort. I didn't need what the fuck was in the novel? Fucking asteroid or something hit her house. Wasn't that what the fuck happened? Like some comet, asteroid, something hit her house in the novel? I could be wrong. But the way it ended, I thought, fit with her, it's not a battle, but her confrontation with her mother. You have the jump scare at the end, which, even when I first saw it, I wasn't really affected by it. So I lost out on how so many other people, oh my god, I'm like, maybe because I already knew, because I can't remember the very first time I saw this, but maybe because I knew, or because I had seen so many other films that had done that before this. But I guess by this time, not a lot of movies had done that. And I know this is one of the inspirations for the last scene of Friday the 13th, was the scene from Carrie. Oh, looking back on it, it seemed like something about the timing is off. or the framing of the scene is off. Maybe I'm just losing my mind. It seemed as if maybe that was the point, to catch you off guard, but maybe I'm alone. Something about it seemed off. But yeah, Sissy Spacek given a very good, sympathetic performance. Very quiet, very in her shell. A little bit paranoid of the people. Understandably so. I didn't even mention she has the power of telekinesis. That's why she's able to do things. Then the mom, the crazy religious mom, I thought she was fairly solid. The other people, it was cool to see, like I said, oh, this is John Travolta. He's arguing with Nancy Allen, their boyfriend, girlfriend. Dumb shit, you fuck. Like, they're arguing with each other in that manner. I love the usage of the split screens and the way she's covered in blood and the music that's used and the... Actually, I can't remember music in that scene. I remember more of the visual front. Again, good lighting, good look to her, and without those eyes wide open and covered in blood, and it's like, okay, this is pretty fucking creepy. I guess they were calling her Creepy Terry. Well, don't piss her off then. She definitely had the eyes for it, Sissy Spacek. Definitely had the eyes for that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's well directed. Gave a visual punch and style. The actors do their jobs well. Even though Carrie does that stuff at the end, felt sorry for her. At least I did. Yeah, I mean, I know this is one of the films Stephen King was proud of. Because a lot of times back in the day, he did not like films that were based on his work. From the 70s to like 1990 or hell to 2000, he would give credit to maybe Carrie, Cujo, The Dead Zone, Shawshank Redemption, Dolores Claiborne, maybe Salem's Lot, maybe stuff like It and The Stand. But most of the other stuff, he hated. Even the film he directed, Madison Overdrive, he hated. He hated The Running Man. He hated Graveyard Shift. He hated... I don't think he said much about Silver Bullet. He didn't care for Children of the Corn. There's a lot of stuff he didn't care for. Nowadays, if a new film comes out, oh, it's great, it's fantastic. I'm like... Maybe he believes that, but... I don't know, some of the films he trashed. I like The Running Man and Stephen King's Graveyard Shift more than some of this new Stephen King bullshit, like the Pet Sematary remake, or Shit Chapter 2, or Shit Chapter 1. That's just my opinion. And compared to the remake, this had a bit more of the style. And Sissy Spacek, like, to me, I know this sounds stupid, Carrie in the remake looked too pretty to the fact that I'm going, why wouldn't anyone like her? Here, I'm not trying to... Well, I guess it does sound like I'm trying to say she's ugly. No, Sissy Spacek, I don't think is ugly. She has a look, though, with the way she uses her eyes, that she's not looked at as what Nancy Allen, PJ Souls, other people in the cast would be. To me, I like it because, like, to me, Sissy Spacek looks normal. That's what I mean. I wouldn't call her ugly. To me, I would go with normal. And a lot of times in movies, they don't want normal. They want the enhanced. Or not even that, but, enhanced, or the movie pretty girl way. And that's what, Carrie in the remake, I forget the actress's name. But she wasn't bad acting-wise, but it's like, why would... But see, you can't do that, because then you would go into that whole which I'm sure people will be like, oh, you think she's ugly? It's like, no, there's a reason, and you're using the wrong word. Ugly. Normal. I'm not pretty. I'm not good looking. I think I'm normal. In redneck sense. That's how I view it. And so you bought that story even more so. And there's other stuff in the remake, like the fucking CGI, and feeling like this is completely pointless to do anyway, and doesn't have nearly the stylistic intricacies of this movie. But with that said, Carrie, good Stephen King adaptation. Still picturing the Carrie all covered in blood with that look at her eyes. Definitely a memorable image. But either way, thanks for watching. Take care, and we will see you guys in the next video. Later.